Welcome to Bryan's Real and Quick Reviews, where I'm honest, I'm real, and I'm oh so quick. Join me as I dive into the MCU's latest movie, Captain America: A Brave New World, or as Marvel likes to call it, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Lite. Well, here we are, a new year and the start of Marvel's latest attempt at reminding us they still make movies. And the results? Decidedly mixed. Now let's get one thing very clear. Captain America: Brave New World isn't a total disaster that most of these critics say it is, but it also isn't the bold, groundbreaking shakeup its title implies. Instead, we get a film that's part political thriller, part standard issue Marvel spectacle, and part... wait, haven't we done this before? But let's start with the good news, huh? The good news is that Anthony Mackie absolutely owns the shield. If anyone was still questioning whether Sam Wilson deserves to be Captain America, and seriously, are we still debating this? Brave New Worlds puts that argument to bed. Mackie brings charm, heart, and actual character depth to a film that occasionally forgets to have much of either. His Sam Wilson isn't Steve Rogers 2.0, no. Instead, he's a man trying to define what Cap should be in a world that is a lot grayer than it used to be. It's an interesting dynamic when the movie actually lets it breathe. But now, on to the bad news. The bad news is, well, everything else is kind of a mess. So let's start with the plot. The film kicks things off with an obligatory Marvel opening mission where Sam, Joaquin Torres, played by Danny Ramirez, and Isaiah Bradley, played by Carl Lumbly, tangle with the new villain Sidewinder, played by Giancarlo Esposito, who is menacing but underutilized. Then an assassination attempt at the White House shakes things up, leading to a conspiracy, betrayal, and you guessed it, more superpower chaos. The stakes? Something government secret, something shadowy villain, something can Sam really be Captain America without super serum? Yeah, something like that. Now, if that kind of sorta, well, maybe most definitely sounds a lot like The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, well, yeah. The film desperately wants to be its cooler older brother, but instead of an intricate spy thriller, we get a checklist of MCU tropes. A political crisis that never really gets explored, check. A reluctant alliance with the government figure, Harrison Ford, check. A surprise villain reveal that's not in fact surprising, check. And a mid-air battle because it's a contractually required Marvel spectacle. You guessed it, check. But hey, speaking of Harrison Ford, he plays President Thunderbolt Ross, a man whose distrust of superheroes makes him exactly the type of guy you don't want in charge when the Avengers are inevitably needed again. Ross wants Sam to work with him, but Sam isn't sure if it's a genuine call for unity or just another government power grab. Meanwhile, Ross himself is busy having daddy issues with his estranged daughter Betty, Liv Tyler. You remember her. Oh, and in case Marvel's marketing team hadn't already spoiled it, Ross eventually hulks out. That's right, Red Hulk is here, except he shows up way too late, doesn't do much, and exists mostly to remind you that Marvel still likes big CGI battles. It's less of a game-changing moment and more of a, well, that happened kind of moment. But that should come as no shocker, as we all know that Marvel has a villain problem. And if we're being honest, Brave New World does nothing to fix it. Giancarlo Esposito as Sidewinder should be an instant win, but he is barely in the movie. The leader, yes, he's in there too, also exists, technically, but in a way that makes you wish Marvel had just committed to one good villain instead of spreading them so thin. It's like the movie set up multiple bad guys and then forgot to actually do anything interesting with them. Now, I will say this, the action sequences are solid, and even though it's expected, there is an especially cool mid-air fight that makes great use of Sam's flying skills, emphasizing his role as a peacemaker rather than a war machine. But the emotional core of the movie lies not in the action, but in Sam's relationship with Isaiah Bradley, the super soldier turned a tragic historical footnote, and his mentorship of Joaquin Torres. Now, these moments should be the heart of the film, but they keep getting interrupted by generic Marvel shenanigans. It's like the movie keeps nudging you and saying, hey, isn't it cool that we're getting kind of deep? Okay, never mind, look over here, explosion, wow. Okay, look, Brave New World isn't the worst MCU film, but it's also nowhere near the best. It flirts with big ideas but never commits to any of them. Mackie is fantastic, the action is fun, and Harrison Ford grumbles his way through the role like a man who just remembered he owns multiple ranches and doesn't need the job. But the movie plays it too safe, and in a post-Endgame world, Marvel cannot afford to be this predictable anymore. Like a superhero movie on autopilot, entertaining, occasionally exciting, but mostly just cruising on the goodwill of better films. So what do I give this new venture into the MCU? Well, I, Bryan, give it a 3 out of 5 Bryans. Yes, that's right, 1, 2, 3 out of 5 Bryans. In other words, it's like a knockoff vibranium shield. Shiny, functional, but nowhere near as strong as the originals. Thank you for listening to my review on Captain America: Brave New World. I appreciate it. Please like, please share, please give 5 stars. It means so much to me. And until next time, you will be you, I will be me, and we will be we. And who knows? Maybe I'll get the shield next, huh? Okay, toodaloo!